Hey everybody, welcome back to Ogre Speed Shop. So we're gonna do something a little different. Gonna get off the 70 GMC today to modify something. What is that strange smell in my shop? Well, that's something different. I'm not used to having in my shop. I got 3 pieces of plywood right there. Why? Because we are going to line this trailer that we bought almost 3 years ago when we first moved out here to haul our mower home from Tractor Supply, so I can haul all of this scrap metal that I've been piling up for the last 2-3 years down to the scrap bin to turn it in. So that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna line this thing with wood so all the little bits and pieces don't fall out on my way to the scrap yard. So let's get into it. Just a little history on the trailer. Like I said, we got it from Tractor Supply, and we needed something to bring the mower home with. Even though we had the truck, we could have got ramps, but it was just, we needed a trailer anyways. And I've used it for a few things, hauling a freezer, and it's also what I used to haul the new engine for the 06 Silverado, using the Camaro that's out there someplace. So we used the Camaro and this trailer to haul the new engine for that truck. Now the thing about that is, hauling that, you can see right here how it dented this screen in, or the mesh in. So I definitely want to do something a little bit different to haul the scrap metal with. So that's why we're going to use the plywood. And like I said, this is a 5x8 trailer, and I got 3 sheets. So one sheet, or we're going to have 2 sheets cut to 5 feet. That'll fill in the floor here. So that'll fill it perfectly because it's exactly 8 feet to the hinge. So just got to cut 2 sheets down to 5 feet. And then what's left over of that will be enough to line the sides of the trailer as well. So then one more sheet, just half of that. Another sheet will cut to 4 feet, or cut to 5 feet again, to line the gate as well. So that's the plan, and we just need to get cutting. So I don't have a whole lot as far as woodworking tools go. I do have this 7-1/4 inch brushless Hercules circular saw I bought. It was on clearance because somebody brought it back. So, well, it works pretty good. We used it once to cut a board over there, but that's what we're going to be using to cut the plywood. So let's get one set up here. No, I don't have sawhorses, so I'm using my paint horsing thing right there and my tool cart. Because just take a measurement again, make sure it is 5 feet. Yep, it's exactly 5 feet. So you need to cut 2 pieces to 5 feet. All right, so we got those 2 pieces cut, and I don't know if you can tell in the video or not how I struggled to get it in there. It's because I put this wire run right here. So the only way to get it in there is to slide it in from the back side. I just kept getting stuck on here because I actually have it cut pretty much perfect. So it worked out pretty good. Might have to notch a little bit for the hinges back here. But other than that, I think we're gonna be good. So the floor is done. I will screw it down in too, but I can't remember if I got screws enough to do that with or not, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. But now you gotta do the sides, which I'm just gonna take these, and there's enough left to make it 18 inches tall, which is about 8 inches taller than what this is right now. So give me a little extra capacity that way. So I guess what we're gonna do. I think to utilize the best amount of wood here, these are, if I do 12 inches, let me see right there. So that's about 1.5 inches above that. And that'll give me enough to do the whole thing with the 2 pieces that I cut off of the 5 feet. to make the bed or the floor. So if I do 24 or if I do 12, then it gives me another section, because this is 36 inches right here. And that'll give me another section to do the back wall there. And I can do 2.5 inch pieces to make the 5 foot gap in there. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So one of the issues with the siding here, if you look, see the wire run right here that has the wires running through it? That sticks up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to notch that section to get it down over it. So I'm trying to get it to seal up against this, that way nothing can fall out or roll out or, you know, find its way out of the trailer. So what I'm trying to do is just seal it up, and that should do it. Just notch it out. All right, so where we have that, and you still see there's still a wall there, so it'll still keep stuff from falling out of the trailer, which is good. So we just gotta make 3 more of those. All right, so we got those all made now. They need to be screwed into the bed still. You can see there's a gap over here, but that's fine, because just it'll squeeze in once I start screwing it together. And the other thing I noticed is there's gonna be a gap back here if I just make it the exact 5 feet. So I'm gonna have to notch it here and to fill that area. So when I put the gate up, it seals that kind of off a little bit, just to prevent stuff from falling out the back and flattening people's tires. So we're definitely getting closer. Just gotta make the piece for this piece here. I'm deciding whether or not I wanna go the full length now or not. So I got the floors attached and that one side attached. I ended up using like 1032 screws with washers. I had a bunch of extra of these long ones, like those right there laying around, and some nuts and a bunch of flat washers. So I'm using those to attach it because the self-tappers kept breaking. So I just gave up on them, a couple of them back here, and they were just giving me hell. So finished using those, and I just started using the washers and the bolts, washers, and nuts. So gotta finish up doing the other side, and then figure out what we're gonna do about the ramp here. All right, so we got it all boxed in now. So we just gotta do the gate, and I'm thinking about doing like a flat strip across the middle, since there's no supports underneath it. And I'm not taking it all apart to put something in there. But maybe just a strip of sheet metal or something just to cover the crack. And I might do angle iron around the edges just to even fill those holes up a little bit better. I got some 2-inch angle iron up there. I just don't know if it's enough to do the whole thing. In fact, I know it's not enough. And if I want to use that for that, it's been sitting around here for a while, so I don't know. I suppose I could use some of it. But anyways, that's where we're at right now. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. So gotta figure out what we're doing for the gate. And then I think some angle iron around the corners to really seal it up. All right, so we got the gate covered now. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it like that, because imagine driving down the road, the big sail in the back like that. So that'll make for interesting drive in the windy Oklahoma area. So I don't know yet. I'll probably cut it down to where it's the same height as the rest of it. And I bolted it right below that area right there. That's the only bolts holding it in, is those two. But other than that, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna cut it down to where it's only the bottom half. So that way I don't have a big a wind blocker back here. Try and drive down the road. But so yeah, that'll be the next thing I do, is cut that down, and then I gotta get some angle iron to fill in the gaps around the corners and everything. So, but yeah, I think we're happy with that so far. Just gotta cut it down. All right, so that's pretty much gonna do it for boxing it in. Definitely want to put some kind of angle iron in the back here just to stop stuff from falling out. I think the rest of it will probably be all right. If I just put a strip of sheet metal across there, I think for the most part, the rest of it's kind of sealed up. A little bit of a gap right there between the wire run and the wood. But other than that, definitely think I need something in the back. I got enough to do that. But I think the rest of it I could get away with. So I mean, just leave it the way it is. Maybe put some on the corners too, just to stop stuff from falling out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I'll tell you what though, it's definitely weird to be in the shop smelling something other than metal grindings and welding and gear oil and oils like that. So one thing about woodworking, it makes a mess that you can see. Whereas doing metal, you can't see it as easily. But kind of interesting. It was fun doing something in wood. I'm not a big fan of it because like if I mess it up, I can't weld it. But you know, it's one of those things. So we'll put the angle iron in and then probably call it a day. All right, so I got the angle iron in there. I cut it down so it'd be a smaller lip for like, you can see how it was 2 inches, but now it's down to 5/8. Now it covers the crack, but it also allows me to roll things over it, like the my appliance dolly, which you can't see right now, but I got a freezer on it that has to go on this. So, but yeah, left the corners. Just left a little chamfer up there just to keep the corners fuller. But yeah, so now it's got screwed in and it'll be done. I made these little panels, these little braces. It's more for a block off to prevent stuff from falling through that crack right there in the wood. So that's done now, so it gives a little more protection for it to you know, haul stuff without stuff falling out. And I also want to note, yesterday it was about 80 degrees in here and 70 something outside. Well, it's 39 with a wind chill at 29, and we might get some snow today. So, you know, that typical Oklahoma weather. Well, not typical, the bipolar Oklahoma weather. It's cold today, so put my watch cap on. But anyway, so that's gonna pretty much do it for this. I think I still might put a strip across here, like sheet metal, but to do it like a 2 pieces because I don't have anything that's 59 inches long. But yeah, I think it's gonna work pretty good for hauling the scrap metal I have now. Sorry for being a little loud right now. It's raining, so it's a little loud in the metal building. I went ahead and put a strip down the middle there, and I'm gonna call that good for this trailer. So next thing we gotta do is load it up with some scrap metal. Once the weather clears up a little bit. All right, so I went to town this morning and got some paint. Some tractor truck and implement, exterior oil-based enamel. So I'm gonna paint the wood on this just to protect it a little bit. I only got a small can because I didn't know how much I'd need for this project, but you know, should be enough to get most of it. So what I'm gonna do now is just blow it out and then start painting. Well, that was almost kind of a waste. That's all it did was the inside there, a little bit of air, and the problem was it was something that was separated. So it's just chunky in there. I guess shaking it up wasn't good enough, so I don't know. I don't have a stir stick here, and I didn't really feel like looking for one, and it'll be good enough to protect it a little bit, and I'll go back in with it later on if I decide to and finish the rest of it, but that'll be good enough for now to protect most of the flat surfaces on it. So, like I said, I might go into the corners maybe a little bit with a brush, but I'm not too worried about it. It's just gonna be used for scrap metal. All right, so I went back in with a brush and just hit the corners up a little bit. But if you look in here, that's all just sludge down in there basically. It didn't mix up too well. It's like spreading on RTV on the damn thing, so yeah, I don't know. Probably imagine if I could thin it out somehow or whatever, but whatever, it's good enough for what we're doing. Like I said, this is basically for scrap metal, so I'm not too concerned about how it looks because it's gonna get tore up anyways. I moved the trailer outside so because it's a sunny, warm day today compared to yesterday where it was almost snowing. Well, actually snowed a little bit, just kind of rain and snow mix. But today it's a nice day, sun's out, so I brought it out here so I can dry a little quicker. And that way we can move the Firebird out and start loading up some of this scrap metal. So I also need to get the the freezer out back. I got a freezer out back here. Freezer I need to unload too, and or load up and then get rid of because the compressor went out in it. Wasn't too bad. We only paid like 40 bucks for it at a state sale, so it lasts us a year and a half or so. Yeah, it's definitely springtime. We're getting green now, and I get the mower up and going too, so it'll be a video about me getting that ready, prep for springtime. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. There isn't much to see other than me loading up the scrap metal when it comes time, but I'm not ready to do that yet. But just want to show a real quick video on modifying my little trailer so I can haul scrap metal and not have it falling out through the mesh all the time when I'm taking it down to the scrap the scrap metal place. So if you like this video, leave a like down there, leave me a comment, let me know what I can do better. Got fluffy hair. And if you want to, subscribe. And I appreciate y'all being here this long. So until next time, I'll see y'all later.